Welcome back, my subscribers. Mad Brad here, Mad Brad's Customs, and we are doing a rear seat delete in this '01 Cobra with a Terminator motor. Alrighty, this car is for sale, and I'm only doing the rear seat delete is because we put these nice red seats in it, and I'm selling the Cobra seats. So if you know anybody wants Cobra seats, front and back, I got them for sale. Typical wear and tear on the darn bolster on the driver's seat, but anyway, if you got worse than that for seats, these will be perfect for you. Alrighty, let's just turn the camera around so I can show you what I've been doing and teach you a little bit of something about how to do it. Okay, YouTubers, I've already took the bottom seat out and I have already previously cut my bottom piece. Anyway, if anybody knows anything about them, the seats come out, all you got to do is take a screwdriver and just push in, flathead screwdriver, about midway to the seat. You can feel it in there, and there's a little clip. If you just push the screwdriver under the seat, pull up on it, it'll pop out. Do it on the other side the same way, and pull the seat out. And then the back of the seat has a couple of bolts right over here, and a couple of bolts, one bolt there, one bolt here, but anyway. Then you got a few little bolts and tabs to pull the rear header off of the seat up there. No big deal, easy peasy. I think you'll need an 8 and a 10 and 11/16 socket. You can take all that apart with no problem. Well, I've seen other cars, and when they do the back, they don't try to like cut it to fit. They also don't cut it to where you have a piece that goes over and touches the rear shelf, and there's just like a wad of carpet on the top of the piece of wood. Very tacky. Anyway, when I get done, I'll show you. I'm going to show you how we got to cut these pieces to fit. You see that copper pipe right there? Go to your local store, buy the smallest little 6-foot piece of flexible copper pipe, cut it so that you can get it in there and be able to bend it to fit the curvature of the panel. As you can see, you can make them fit pretty close and tight. And once you get that, measure from here to here. I believe it was 50 across, and then the back was 40. And then lay your pipe onto the plywood, and always use the front edge as the factory cut edge. That way you don't have no problems. But anyway, once this is carpet, it will fill in any gaps that you might have. Nice, you won't be able to see them. Most people put a Velcro down under here so it sticks to the carpet. I don't think you need that. If you're using at least a 1/2-inch piece of plywood, or you could use the smaller 3/8, but it's so flimsy, if you did put your knee into it, it'll buckle and bow. But I think it'll stay there. But anyway, I might bolt this one down instead of Velcro. We'll see how the end goes, and I'll let you know and keep you posted. But anyway, so now we're talking about these curves that go up here. Now, I'm electing to leave the seat belt. Of course, I will pull it all the way down, and it will be tucked up underneath this bottom piece, and you'll just see a strap down there. That's in case somebody ever wants to put the seats back in this car. That will be whoever owns it next. But to keep everything lightweight, because I'm already running a battery in the trunk, and the back seat is useless anyway, not as you got a little teeny kid. And these cars, I guess you should be thinking of a family car if you got a kid, not this thing. But anyway, I'm going to show you. You see the copper pipe that's laying right here. I cut a piece of that copper pipe, and then I bent it to go into that corner, right up the side, and then I bent it around that curve, and then that away. And then I marked it where it needs to be stopped at, because that'll be the top of my wood that'll run that away. And down here, I put a mark right there at that wood, because that'll be the bottom of it. And the next step would be is to measure the measurements across from here to here, and across the top, from right where that copper pipe is, all the way over to that side right there. All right, anyway, I will show you, because now I will take this, and I have the piece of plywood in the back of my truck, and I will lay this out the way it needs to be, which will be like this. I'll have to cut that end off so I can lay it flat, and we'll lay it, make our mark on the right side, mark on the left side, make our measurements, make sure they're all done right, and then we'll cut that back piece and set it in here. Then we'll make a measurement for the top. I'm just talking about that little teeny lip you can see right there. I'll make a measurement for that to go all the way across that header panel, all the way both sides, and it will be laying flat, where this here will be up against all of that metal, and we'll be able to bolt it in place, because that helps keep the back end of the car strong. So we'll bolt it in place. And also, when you look at it through the rear window and you look up here at this back shelf, it will be one solid piece all the way across there, and that will be screwed to the top of this plywood here. All right, YouTubers, don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the button. I think I'm up to 405, 13 years of videos, and I can't get subscribers, but I get people looking and commenting, and that's fine. That's what we want. And don't forget, hit the like button, hit that notification button. You'll get to see everything that I'm doing, and I post 2 or 3 times a week. All right, YouTubers, that's my channel, Mad Brad. We out. All right, now that we have fitted our copper pipe into the car and made sure it fit right, I went ahead and took cardboard and cut me a little template. That way I could fit it up into the car more flat and flush and get some correct adjustments. Cardboard is easier to cut, but bending your contours, that copper pipe works the best. All right, so I realized that the bottom here had to be 40 inches from there to there, and the bottom piece we made was 40 inches, but I remeasured just to make sure, and so made my marks, as you can see the arrows, and then I said, well, let's just make it a rectangle so everything's square. So I measured here to here and used my square, and I went straight lined up to there, and then the same thing over here, and I made a rectangle. Then in remeasuring, I realized that I have to get 39.5 inches up top, and so once I laid this line here, I laid my cardboard pattern, and I realized that's wrong. It's got to be a 1/4 inch over. Anyway, it's bright here in 97, so I can barely see what I'm doing as far as the camera, and I hope I'm getting all this. These squiggly lines is like don't cut, and I reset it, and that's the cut that I got to do right there, and so it made this side easy to do with no problem. And of course you see the snake. That means don't cut. That's bad. Anyway, stay tuned. We're going to cut this out. I think what I'll do is saw it this away, and then that away, and then this away, and come back and take a jigsaw and cut these curves. All right, keep watching. We got more to come. Mad Brad. Okay, all my Mad Brad Customs fans, look at here. So my wood is cut, and started to where it's just a little bit over. It's got to be kicked in over there with no problem. But anyway, I'm gonna tuck and hide the seat belts, but I also cut the back piece. I left a nice little gap for carpet, and I cut the top piece. Nice little gap, so if you want to take it out, you ain't cutting up the interior. Anyway, all right, on to carpet work. Stay tuned. All right, we have the bottom now carpeted. I put Velcro along the front. This is the first time I've used this product, but I'm gonna tell you what, I like it better than the 3M brand. I used to swear by the 3M brand, but this here will hold and glue at least this little cheapy Trump mat type carpet. Anyway, I did have some time trying to stretch it to get everything looking good. And that's where it was folded up in the package. Wished it had been rolled, but found out real quick that I tried to like iron that fold out of it, and I used like a big heavy piece of construction paper, all kinds of stuff. Well, Yeah, they would just stick the construction paper to the carpet, but I was just doing a little sample piece. Like one of these little cutoff pieces here. But anyway, we're getting ready to set this in, the floor in. I will keep the seat belts in it and they will be out the way. And of course I will put the jute back in it, but I also put keels everywhere. Alrighty, we are moving right along. Okay, I am making the marks for my top holes so that this backboard will bolt in and be solid. So what I did was I laid the framing of the back seat, back of the back seats that is. Let me back up so you can see what I'm doing here. And I measured this side over here and then measured that side over there and made sure I had it center. I measured from this point here to that point there, and there's my center line, and then I lined it up with that bolt hole because that was centered, and I marked these are the holes to where this back was bolted into this car. There you go. Now I'm gonna drill a hole the size of what I need for the bolt I got that came out of there, and I will come up with something better to bolt this wood on the back of the car there. Let's bolt it. You can see it, yeah. Second hole, that's where they were bolted at. Alrighty, hang on. Just telling you what I'm doing. Okay, everybody. We have completed the back seat delete. I decided to leave the seat belts there underneath. Somebody ever wanted to put a seat back in it, all they got to do is buy them a seat or buy this seat that came out of it and header, and they got it. Alrighty. The only thing left to do is bolt it down. See if I can show you through here. Yeah, check that out. Can you see? Oh yeah, there you go, all the way across, nice and neat. Alright, y'all. Don't forget, like and subscribe to my channel. Mad Brad Customs, we have finished this project. We are out.